Welcome to the episode 19. We are going to look at the Fe and Fe Mn deposits, iron and iron manganese deposits of the Cryogenian sequences. The Cryogenian, you mean 720 million years ago to say 635 million years ago. That profuse subglacial volcanism of the time caused deglaciation and fragmentation of the supercontinent Rodinia, and ultimately also the rifting of the continental blocks. As a consequence, the precipitation of the Sturtian and Marinovan capped carbonate rock, which we will refer as CCR, and the glacially transported diamectites got deposited in the interglacial interval on the margin or the marginal basins of the shelves and slopes of the rifting continental blocks. Extensive observations on these composite Cryogenian sequences of southern China by Shimingshu and his team in 2021, and on those occurring in Brazil, Bolivia, Canada, Australia and Iran by Paul Hoffman and his team in 2022, revealed that many of these successions were rather incomplete. They varied in their thickness, they were intertonging, they were not continuous in the strike directions, and they had many different variables. But the Fe and Fe Mn strata-bound mineralization in them was found useful for the intrabasinal as well as global correlation on distant paleocontinents. Because it was discovered that the mineralization or precipitation of hematite, jaspilite and rhodochrosite-rich layers looked episodic, and it was assigned to the Sturtian or Sturtian, that is, to the older interglacial succession. But the occurrence of these iron and iron manganese rich strata-bound layered mineralization was neither uniformly distributed in every section, nor all such deposits were economically viable. The stratigraphic and strike spread of these mineralization layers was explored using also profitably the paleogeographic maps showing the low latitude incidences of the Cryogenian glaciation. It indicated their location on the western margins of the rifted paleocontinents. The sequences in Brazil, South China and Australia showed that the dolostones do not cap every sequence that had the iron and iron manganese layered or strata-bound mineralization. However, a more completed information on the Sturtian as well as Marinovan CCR sequences permitted their use as component and composite stratotypes used by stratigraphers. We will look at the geochemical factors that should have separated the Fe and Fe Mn deposition in the Sturtian, and how the evolution, diversification and expansion of eukaryotes also depended on the changing composition of the meltwater and the then atmosphere. Thank you.